Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully created one of the React project, right? I hope it's very much clear to you. So into the desktop, I have created one of the project name as a new, and also I import this our total file in our Visual Studio Code editor. Right. So now friend, in this video, I want to discuss about some of the basic all that file structure for the React.js. Like when you create one of the React project, you will get this type of some of the file. First of all, that is a node module. So node module, I have already discussed about that things with you. There are all the default packages will be installed in here, and then there have some of the package.json. If you open that package.json, you can see whatever the file you by default is installed, it's automatically everything will be in here. Like it's automatically installed that React, it's installed that React DOM, it's installed that React scripts. As I told you before, when you install it by default, that will be installed. Okay. And also they have some of the debug, and then there is a development, all that productions, there is a browser list, which browser will be supported, everything will be in particular that area. Okay friend, and also you can see there is a script as a by default as a start. Before I have already discussed about that things with you. When you run it, then our this start file will be executed. Okay, and then there is also another folder as a public. Into the public folder there is as a index.html. okay, but they have by default some of the fab icon. Fab icon means here you can see it's now display some of the fab icon. So right now we don't need this. I close it, and also I close it. So that is one of the fab icon. They have, when you install it by default, they have some of the another icon, they have some of the text, everything actually it's all the default file. And into this index.html, here into this index.html, you can see there is a public URL. That is one of the fab icon. Okay, so you can see that is actually fab icon is now loaded. So into this area it will be loaded, and there are some of the meta description, and also here if you go, you can see there's a link and there's a title. So title means that is right now default as a React app, and now you can see it's now display on this name as a React app. Okay, and also there is one of the ID. Okay, it's very important. Into the body they have into the dev, and they have the ID as a root ID. So this root ID also here they have some of the instruction. This is the HTML file is the template. If you open this directory in the browser, you will see the empty pages. This HTML file is a template. So here they have some of the instruction. Okay, when you run that as npm start, so here always you have to run it with the npm start, then our this local server will be executed, and then that will be loaded. Okay, if you actually close this, then automatically our this server will be also as a close. Okay, always when you run this project, you have to run it by the npm start, then that will be executed. That means our project will be executed, and then here they have on the ID as a root. All that your file will be actually imported in here, in particular this dev area. And also into the public area they have some of the logo. Here there is one of the logo, and also there is another png. So that is some of the default all that png's file. You can see that is all that png's file. And also there is a manifest. Here that is all that your icon. That means if you create some of the application in your mobile, automatically they have some of the icon, all that src type, there is a type and sizes, everything actually you can actually set it in here. Whatever the name actually your app will be as a short app, like by default the name as a React app. So if you already know that a PWA application, so I have already another course for this. When you create another PWA application, then this manifest will be needed. Okay, right now I'm going to work in our web version, so which is totally fine. So that's all file structure in our public. So into this public, only our main file will be as an index.html. okay, into this index.html there is all that our title, and also there is all that our link. You can see manifest all JSON is also included in here, and then there is a logo, and there is our fab icon. Great. And then if you go to that src, and all that main structure will be in here, because into the src all that your component, as I told you, React actually you develop by this component. So all that multiple component together, it will be created on the project. So friend, don't worry, everything will be more clear. First of all, I want to share all that basic things about that React.js, then we'll create one of the project. Okay, so now there is a src folder, there is a app css. Okay, app css means there is the default one. Like here, one of the application is now running. Okay, so there is, for this application they have some of the CSS code. So that is a by default CSS code. App.js, so there is the app.js will be one of the component. So into this component, how that component actually work, like here if you go, like first of all it's input that logo from to the logo SVG. Okay, and also it's input that app CSS as I told you, and into this area they have one of the function and function name as the app, and into this app there is some of the header, and into this header you can see that is one of the logo. Here first of all you have to load it. That means right now there is one of the logo SVG, and I name it with this logo. So that is a by default, actually it's inputted this name as a logo. And then into the src, now that is the logo is visible. So this logo is now visible in here. You can see that is one of the SVG, and now that is visible in here. And also there have some of the text as edit src app.js and save to reload. So now you can see that is the text actually visible. Okay, now that is actually our one of the header part, and this header part is now loaded in our applet. So that is our app. And if you go to that index.js, and into this index.js, that is actually all that our structure, and into this area you can see there is input that React from to the React. So that is one of the module. First of all you have to import this module. So there is a React module, there is a React DOM module, it's imported that React DOM module, it's imported that index.css, and you can see that is an app. So this app is now loaded. Okay, first of all that is one of the, just understand that is one of the component. Here is simply loaded this component and name it as a app. And after that in our React static mode area, here you can see that is actually loaded this component. So if you want to load this component, you have to load it like that way. And this all that component is in our documents and get element by ID as a root. So that is the root actually inserted in our index HTML. Into the index HTML, that is one of the dev ID as a root. You can see that is one of the ID. So here it will be implemented. Okay, so that is the basics of the structure. Don't worry about, just simply understand. If you want to import some of the component, like there is one of the component as the app.js. So right now from to the app.js, if you remove everything, and I want to use one of the h1 tag. Okay, I want to use one of the h1 tag as a easy. Okay, easy learning. I name it as easy learning. So right now that is our app. Into this app area I loaded this one, right? So now in our index, into the index.js, here you can see it's now imported that things that is our same position, that is a app, and I name it as a app, and then I loaded this component in here, and also I pass that into the document with this ID. By default that will be now loaded in here. Okay, so now if you click as a save all, I have changed our app application. Now that should be only display as a easy learning. If you now go to our page, now if you refresh it, now you can see everything is gone, and now it's display as a easy learning. So this easy learning is loaded from another component. So that is actually our app component. Okay friend, I hope friend you get some of the ideas. So that is the basic structure when you create any React project. Into the React project, that is one of the public folder, and there is another src folder. Okay, so that is some of the basic file structure. I hope it's very much clear to you. So in our next video I will show you how can create another component. So as I told you, when you create any new project, by default one of the component as a app.js. So if you want to create another component, how can create it? In our next video I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.